Welcome to Immigration Guide Australia, a channel created for people who want real answers, not false promises. If you're planning to move to Australia as an international student, skilled migrant, or future PR applicant, you're in the right place. On this channel, we break down different Australian immigration options, compare pathways honestly, and talk about what life actually looks like after you arrive: jobs, pay, visas, PR chances, and living costs. This video is a reality check for 2026, especially for international students who are deciding whether Australia is still worth it. If you value clear, honest, and up-to-date immigration guidance, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who is planning their Australian journey. Let's get into the real picture. Before you book that Australia ticket, if you're planning to study in Australia in 2026, this is not a motivational video. This is a reality check, because right now, thousands of international students are landing in Australia with big dreams, borrowed money, and half information, and many of them are struggling silently. Online, you'll see reels about high salaries, easy part-time jobs, and guaranteed PR pathways. What you won't see is students skipping meals, sharing rooms with strangers, working unstable shifts, and constantly worrying about visa rules changing overnight. Australia is still a good country, but it is no longer forgiving. The margin for error in 2026 is very small. One wrong course, one wrong city, or one wrong assumption can cost you years of effort and a lot of money. So, before you commit your future, listen carefully. This video is not here to scare you, it's here to prepare you. And preparation is the only thing that still works in Australia today. Why Australia still looks attractive in 2026. Despite all the challenges, Australia continues to attract international students, and that's not an accident. The education system is globally recognized, degrees are accepted worldwide, and the country offers legal work rights while studying. For many students, Australia still feels safer, more structured, and more transparent compared to other destinations. The lifestyle also plays a huge role: clean cities, good public transport, multicultural communities, and English-speaking environments that help students grow personally and professionally. On paper, it looks like the perfect balance of study, work, and long-term settlement opportunities. But here's the problem. What looks good on paper doesn't always translate into daily life. The same things that attract students also attract competition. Every benefit Australia offers is now shared by too many people chasing the same outcomes. So yes, Australia is attractive, but attraction alone is no longer enough to succeed here. Part-time jobs in 2026. The hard truth: one of the biggest reasons students choose Australia is part-time work. The assumption is simple. High minimum wages mean easy survival. The reality is very different. In 2026, finding a part-time job is not about willingness. It's about timing, luck, and local demand. In major cities, job markets are oversaturated with students, locals, and working holiday visa holders competing for the same roles. Many students apply to dozens of places before getting a single response. Even when you do get a job, hours are not guaranteed. Some weeks you'll work enough to survive, other weeks you'll barely get shifts. Casual work means flexibility for employers, not for you. And if you're new, don't have local experience, or struggle with communication, the process becomes even harder. Part-time work exists, but it's unstable, unpredictable, and far from the safety net most students imagine. Pay versus reality. Why high wages don't feel high. Australia's wages look impressive when converted into foreign currency, but living inside the system tells a different story. Yes, hourly pay rates are high, especially for casual jobs, but your expenses rise at the same speed, sometimes faster. Rent takes the biggest hit, followed by groceries, transport, phone bills, and basic necessities. A few missed shifts can completely throw off your monthly budget. Many students realize too late that earning more per hour doesn't mean saving more money. After rent and essentials, very little is left. Some months, nothing at all. The pressure to work maximum legal hours also affects studies, mental health, and long-term goals. In 2026, surviving financially as a student is less about how much you earn and more about how stable your income is. and stability is the rarest thing in the student job market right now. Living costs. The expense nobody warns you about. Living in Australia has quietly become one of the biggest challenges for international students. Rent prices have increased sharply, and affordable accommodation is extremely limited. Many students are forced to share rooms, not apartments, rooms, just to keep costs manageable. Finding housing can take weeks, sometimes months, and often requires paying high bonds up front. On top of rent, daily expenses add constant pressure. Groceries are expensive, eating out is a luxury, and public transport costs add up quickly. Even basic healthcare and insurance feel heavier when you're counting every dollar. The emotional toll of constantly budgeting, calculating, and sacrificing comfort is real. Australia isn't expensive because students live lavishly. It's expensive because basic living costs are high. And in 2026, managing these costs requires discipline, planning, and often financial support from back home. PR in 2026. Hope, pressure, and uncertainty. Permanent residency is the biggest long-term goal for many international students. But in 2026, PR is no longer a straightforward journey. It's competitive, points-based, and heavily dependent on occupation demand and state policies. Studying in Australia does not guarantee PR, not even close. Many students spend years building points, gaining experience, and improving English scores, only to realize the threshold keeps moving. Policy changes, occupation list updates, and state nomination limits create constant uncertainty. This doesn't mean PR is impossible, but it does mean it requires strategy from day one. Random course choices, poor planning, or relying on outdated advice can completely block your pathway. PR in Australia rewards students who research deeply, adapt quickly, and accept that outcomes are never guaranteed. Hope alone is not a plan anymore. Final reality check. Is Australia worth it for you? Australia in 2026 is not for everyone, and that's the most honest thing anyone can say. It rewards students who arrive prepared, informed, and financially backed. It challenges those who come with assumptions, shortcuts, or unrealistic expectations. If you're willing to plan carefully, choose the right course, manage money strictly, and accept uncertainty, Australia can still open doors. But if you're coming with minimum funds, expecting easy jobs, or assuming PR will work itself out, the journey can be mentally and financially exhausting. There's no shame in reconsidering or choosing a different path. The smartest decision is not always the most popular one. Before you move, ask yourself one honest question. Are you ready for the real Australia? Not the version sold online, but the one that demands resilience every single day? So that's the reality of studying in Australia in 2026. The opportunities, the pressure, the costs, and the truth behind jobs and PR. Australia can still be a great option, but only if you understand the system before you enter it. On Immigration Guide Australia, we'll continue comparing different Australian immigration pathways, student visas, work visas, and PR options so you can make informed decisions, not emotional ones. If this video helped you see Australia more clearly, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends or family who are planning to study or migrate to Australia. Also, comment below with your questions or which visa or pathway you want us to cover next. Your journey starts with the right information, and we are here to guide you.